a £65 Sainsbury's Cashmere jumper, 15-micron Mongolian fibre, 12-gauge knit construction, the same yarn grade and the same knitting specification as a £179 Whistles equivalent. The difference between those two price tags is not quality. The difference is a business model. Sainsbury's does not make its money from clothing. To exist to get you through the door, so you buy groceries, cleaning products and a meal deal on your way out. Clothing is the bait, not the business. Where a high street retailer like Hobbs or Reiss operates on markups between 55 and 70%, Joules operates on margins that look more like a supermarket shelf than a fashion label. 7. Sainsbury's clothing items ranked by how dramatically they outperform their designer-priced equivalents. The number one item on this list costs under £40, but matches a brand charging 6 times that amount for near-identical construction. We also found one category at Sainsbury's you should skip entirely. It used to be their best product. Not anymore. We will tell you exactly what to leave on the rack. But first, the 7 items worth grabbing. Starting now. Number 7. The 2 cotton crew neck t-shirt. Retail price at Sainsbury's approximately £6. Retail price at Boden for a comparable cotton basics tee £28 to £35. Boden is the brand that half the women in the UK have bookmarked. The Princess of Wales has been photographed wearing it. And a plain cotton crew neck from Boden costs nearly 6 times what Sainsbury's charges for the same garment. Based on textile sourcing data, the cost to manufacture a mid-weight cotton crew neck runs between £1.50 to £2.50. At Boden, a customer pays roughly 12 to 15 times that. At 2, roughly 3 times. Every extra pound at Boden covers the catalogue photo shoots in the Cotswolds, the branded tissue paper inside the shipping box, and the returns processing on items ordered in 3 sizes. The t-shirt itself does not get softer because it arrived in nicer packaging. A £6 tee matching a £30 tee is a solid opening. The next item is one most women would never think to check at Sainsbury's, and the reviews tell a story that the price tag does not. Number 6. The 2 straight leg jeans. Retail price at Sainsbury's approximately £16. Comparable jeans from Levi's at John Lewis £65 to £78. The 2 straight leg jeans carry over 1,200 reviews on the Sainsbury's website, with an average rating above 4.5 out of 5. The reviewers are overwhelmingly women aged 55 to 64, and they say the same thing. Best jeans I have ever bought. The fabric composition is typically 98% cotton with 2% elastane, giving a structured denim with just enough stretch for comfort. That ratio is nearly identical to what Levi's uses in their classic 5-pocket jean. The construction tells its own story. Bar-tack stress points at the pockets, reinforced belt loops. The inseam uses a felled seam, the same construction found on workwear denim designed for durability. On Mumsnet, women rate Sainsbury's jeans higher than both Next and M&S for quality and fit. That is unprompted consumer testimony from the exact demographic watching this video right now. Inside the garment factories where both brands produce, the cost to cut, sew and finish a 5-pocket jean runs £3 to £5. Levi's retail price at John Lewis represents a 13 to 15 times markup over that factory gate cost. Sainsbury's represents 3 to 4 times. One honest caveat. The fit runs slightly generous through the hip compared to Levi's. If you prefer a slimmer cut, size down. The jeans you grabbed on a whim between the pasta aisle and the self-checkout, and then quietly retired every other pair in the drawer. £16 jeans outlasting £65 jeans is a strong argument. Number 5. The 2 quilted gilet. The next item competes with a brand that built its identity on British countryside heritage and then collapsed under the weight of its own pricing. Retail price at Sainsbury's, £25 to £30. Comparable gilets from Joules, £89 to £149. Joules built a brand around quilted gilets and Wellington boots at country shows. And then, in November 2022, Joules went into administration. The company that charged £149 for a quilted gilet could not sustain its own business model. Next stepped in to buy the brand out of the wreckage. The two quilted gilet uses a similar stitch pattern, synthetic fill, insulation, and a polyester shell treated with water-repellent finish. The hem and armholes are bound, not raw-edged, which prevents fraying over time. Production cost of a quilted gilet at this specification runs £5 to £8. Joules was charging 11 to 18 times that. Two charges 3 to 4 times. The difference funded the Joules stand at Cheltenham and the branded shopping bags. And apparently not enough to keep the company solvent. This is the gilet that every woman at the school gates is wearing. And nobody volunteers where they found it for £25. Joules at 5 times the price could not survive as a business. 2 at 3 times the production cost is still standing. If this kind of analysis is useful to you, subscribe. We cover brand audits like this every week. So far, every item on this list has beaten its designer equivalent by at least 50% on price. The next 4 items make that gap look modest. Number 4. Chew 100% Cashmere knitwear. Retail price at Sainsbury's from £65. Comparable cashmere jumpers from Whistles, £149 to £179. From Jigsaw, £129 to £169. Cashmere quality is graded by fibre diameter, measured in microns under a microscope. Grade A cashmere, the kind you find in Harrods and Selfridges, runs 14 to 15.5 microns. Grade B runs 16 to 19 microns. Based on product specifications, Chew Cashmere knitwear falls in the 15 to 16 micron range, sitting right at the boundary between Grade A and Grade B. In autumn 2025, Chew launched its largest premium knitwear collection ever. 7 pure cashmere pieces and 3 merino cashmere blends, all made in the same mills that supply the department store labels. Sizes 6 to 24. A significant number of high street cashmere jumpers at double or triple the price use the exact same grade. The same Mongolian cashmere fibres, processed at the same spinning mills, knitted on the same 12-gauge machines. Manufacturing cost for a basic cashmere crew neck, regardless of which label is stitched inside the collar, runs between £15 and £22. At Whistles, a customer is paying roughly 7 to 10 times the production cost. At 2, she is paying roughly 3 to 4 times. One honest caveat. The colour range is limited compared to Whistles or Jigsaw. You get black, cream, grey, and 1 or 2 seasonal shades. If you want sage green or dusty pink cashmere, you will need to look elsewhere. Cashmere at £65 from a supermarket is already difficult to dismiss. But the next item drops the price back down and the markup gap widens even further. Number 3. The Chew tailored trousers. Retail price at Sainsbury's approximately £20. Comparable tailored trousers from Hobbs cost £89 to £129. Hobbs is the brand that British women associate with sharp workwear and polished occasion dressing. A Hobbs blazer costs £189 to £249. Their tailored trousers start at £89. A woman buying a comparable pair at Sainsbury's is paying less than a quarter of that. The construction on the Chew trousers includes a full waistband facing, a branded zip closure, and pressed creases that hold their shape through multiple washes. The fabric is a ponte or stretch cotton blend, with enough structure to hold a tailored line. Based on industry data, the cost to manufacture a tailored trouser at this specification runs £4 to £7. Hobbs charges 13 to 18 times that. Chew charges 3 to 4 times. The remaining markup at Hobbs covers the flagship stores in Covent Garden and Bluewater, the seasonal window installations that change 4 times a year, and the in-store style consultants whose advice comes bundled into the price of every garment. The trousers do not hang better because the fitting room had a full-length mirror with flattering lighting. £20 trousers matching an £89 pair is impressive. The next item stretches the gap between two and the high street even further, and the price difference becomes almost comedic. Number 2. The 2 linen longline blazer. Retail price at Sainsbury's, £35 to £45. Comparable linen blazers from Hobbs, £189 to £249. From Reiss, £198 to £298. Think about those numbers for a second. A Hobbs linen jacket costs 5 to 7 times what Sainsbury's charges for a garment in the same fabric category. The 2 blazer is constructed with a relaxed long-line silhouette, natural linen or linen blend fabric, and a single-breasted closure. Joules' linen collection has expanded significantly in recent seasons, with multiple colourways and a 4.3-star rating from customer reviews. Based on manufacturing data, the production cost of a linen blazer at this specification runs £7 to £12. Hobbs represents a 16 to 21 times markup. Joules represents a 3 to 4 times markup. The remaining cost at Hobbs pays for the brand photography shot on location in Provence, the seasonal lookbook, and the retail footprint across Westfield, John Lewis concessions, and every cathedral city in England. The linen does not become more breathable because the shop assistant offered you a glass of Prosecco while you tried it on. £35 for a linen blazer that rivals brands charging £200 plus is an extraordinary gap. But our number 1 item takes this entire concept to a level that borders on absurd. Number 1. The 2 cotton trench coat. Retail price at Sainsbury's, £36 to £40. Comparable trench coats from Hobbs sell for £249 to £349. Read that number again. £36 for a trench coat. Hobbs built their brand identity around the trench coat. It is their signature outerwear category, featured in seasonal campaigns, displayed in shop windows, and priced at a level that treats the garment as a statement investment. The 2 trench coat carries a 4.8 out of 5 rating from customer reviews. The construction includes a waist belt, storm flap detailing, a structured collar, and a cotton or cotton blend shell. It is available in stone and navy, which are the 2 colourways that sell in the highest volumes across all trench coat retailers in the United Kingdom. Based on industry sourcing data, the manufacturing cost of a cotton trench coat at this weight and specification runs £6 to £10. Hobbs charges 25 to 35 times that. Joules charges 4 to 5 times. For the price of 1 Hobbs trench coat, a woman could buy 8 2 trench coats and still have enough left over for a meal deal. The coat you grabbed on impulse while your shopping was going through the self-checkout. The one you threw on for a quick dog walk in the rain and then wore every single day from September through April, because nothing else in your wardrobe felt quite as right. 7 items, the total Sainsbury's retail cost for all 7 is under £220. The total retail cost for the designer equivalents is over £1,100. This is not about being cheap. This is about understanding where your money goes when you buy a garment. In the fashion industry, The average markup sits between 55 and 70% above production costs. At 2, the markup runs closer to what you would expect from a supermarket shelf. The fabric does not know which shop it was sold in. The stitching on a 2 seam does not care about the logo on the swing tag. The only thing that changes between a £36 2 trench coat and a £249 Hobbs trench coat is the margin someone else takes home. Now, we promised you the one category at Sainsbury's that does not hold up. Here it is. Leggings. This one is painful because 2 leggings used to be genuinely excellent. On forums and review sites, women called them the best leggings on the high street. Thick black fabric, fully opaque even when stretched, firm elastic waistband. Women bought them in packs and wore them under dresses on the school run and to the gym for years. Then, 2 quietly changed the specification. Hold a pair up to the light in the Sainsbury's aisle and you can see through them. The elastic waistband lost its hold. After a few hours of wear, the new versions stretch out around the knees and sag at the seat. One woman online described it as Sainsbury's legging rage. Another said her dog's claw went straight through the fabric on the first wear. On Joules' own product pages, customers who had been buying 2 leggings for years are now giving them 2 and 3 stars, saying the material is nothing like what it used to be. When a supermarket cuts costs on a garment, leggings are one of the first casualties. The elastane content drops, the fabric weight decreases, and what used to be a thick, durable staple becomes a thin, disposable one. Joules clothing is brilliant, but their leggings are no longer the product they once were. Leave them on the rack. If you want to see which UK high street brands are quietly delivering the best quality for the price right now, that video is on your screen. I will see you in the next one.